My name is Danny. I am 24 years old, and I am diagnosed with bipolar disorder number 1 with psychotic features. So how it all began, I was 20 years old, and I was starting to experience mild symptoms of the disorder where I wasn't sleeping a lot. I would get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep at night and have full energy. I was really agitated, and I was making some big decisions that I normally would have thought more about had I have been medicated and treated. For example, I bought a pit bull at a gas station right off like the whim without even really thinking about it, and those were kind of like my first signs of everything. At the time, I was going through a lot of trauma, so I blamed it all on that, the stress of that. And then afterwards, I started experiencing, like my thoughts were getting faster, and I started believing that I knew the meaning of life and the end of the world, and I was convinced that I died and that Jesus took over my body. So I ran away from home, and I started telling people that I was a prophet, and that was when I was 5150 and originally diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder. And I started on treatment. I was on olanzapine and lithium, and it was really, really heavy, really intense, but it was starting to work. But I was so afraid of medication and the thought of having to take medication for the rest of my life that I stopped taking it right off the bat, and my symptoms got even worse. I started believing that I was Satan. I was at a music festival one day, and I just completely snapped, and I started hearing voices. I started seeing things on the stages, and I was convinced that I was going to destroy Earth. And I had to be taken home early, and I went back to the hospital, and I started Haldol, olanzapine, and lithium. And I was exhausted all the time. I couldn't really do anything but sleep, especially because at the time I was still seeing things, and I wasn't able to watch TV for long periods of time or listen to music for long periods of time because I would start seeing messages in them. It was a really, really stressful time. And the main reason that I started seeing any results from treatment was in the outpatient program. I took an outpatient program back in Marietta, and I was there from 8 to 5 every day, 5 days a week, for about 3 months. And I want to believe that because of the routine of that, they gave me new medications. I was on an antidepressant called Vraylar and lithium, and they were really working for me. The routine of everything was really working for me. And I was misdiagnosed a few times because of the delusions. I was made to believe that I also had schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, and that wound up not being true because I don't experience hallucinations unless I'm under a high amount of stress. I currently don't have hallucinations anymore, and it took about 3 years to get a proper diagnosis. I'm currently on Abilify and lithium, and they are lifesavers. Right now, I am a student at SFSU, and I play bass. I'm in a music project right now with a really good friend of mine, and I, have a really loving support from my family and from my friends, and I'm able to live a normal life. And it's incredible, the things that I have seen that now are a story, really, when it comes to hallucinations. And the stress and all of it, I live a high functioning life, and I'm very, very grateful for the treatment that I've had. Thank you for listening.